Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Tournament Portland Regionals at the Moda Center and our practice day press conferences for Portland Regional 4. Some reminders before we begin. First of all, please silence all cell phones. There is no flash photography and no video to be taken during the press conference. If you want to access the video of the press conference, you may download it afterwards from the NCAA Media Hub. We will take questions from the media room first, and then we will look for questions from our Zoom attendees. Ask that you please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question, and we ask that questions please pertain to the upcoming game. Joining us for the practice day press conference from NC State is head coach Wes Moore. Coach, if you want to open up with an opening statement, and then we'll turn it over to questions.
Yeah, obviously we're excited to be here. Excited about being in the Sweet 16, and I didn't realize it till the other day. It came across the ticker. I think 5 out of the last 6 years we've been in the Sweet 16. So I'm real proud of this group for maintaining that level of success. Obviously, we got a great challenge ahead of us. Somebody was joking between Tara and myself. We have 2,000 wins. I think she's more than carrying her side of that. But no, obviously a legend in our game and unbelievable players. So we know we've got a big challenge, but we're excited to be in here. We're excited to be in Portland. It's a beautiful place. Hadn't been here in a long time, and it's a neat spot. So all the way around, excited to be here.
If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we'll be in a microphone for it. We'll start with Lindsay.
Hey Wes, Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. Obviously, the story with Stanford is Cam and Kiki on the inside in the paint. Is there a team that you've played that you can compare them to? Like, does anyone have that kind of 1-2 punch, do you think, in the ACC? And then can you stop them, or is it more about like, okay, we got to make the guards beat us because those two are going to do what they're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a combination of posts like that. I don't know if we've seen that this year or not. A lot of teams will have a two-man game, a guard and a post, whatever. But to have two posts that are averaging close to 20 a game is kind of rare. So, it's going to be a big challenge. We've worked on a whole lot of different stuff, and you hope that something sticks. You hope something works. But no doubt. Big challenge for us, and I don't think you're going to stop them, but you hope you can maybe slow them down a little bit.
Come up here in front. Hold on, wait for the microphone, please.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Ernie Myers, Wolfpack Sports Radio coach. What are you most proud of this team, the growth throughout the year? Talk about that.
Yeah, talking about a team that wasn't preseason, wasn't ranked top 25. I think we were picked 8th in the ACC, and just real proud of the fact that they've just kept working, and I think our chemistry is really good. I always think culture is a big factor in the success of a team, and so I think they've really gotten along great. They've been unselfish. They pull for each other, and whenever somebody needs to step up, and that's what's great. We don't rely on one player on a given night. We've had probably everybody in our lineup, our starting 5, 6, top 6 or 7 players have put up 25 points on a given night. So it's good when you can have that kind of balance and not have to live and die with just one player. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. The team and the way as a unit they have continued to get better.
Over here.
Jesse Doherty with the Washington Post. Wes, if the performance units program for the tournament came to the women's side in the near future, what could that mean for the sport across the board?
I'm sorry, one more time.
If the performance units program and like the men's side have, where you get rewarded for each win financially, what comes to the women's side in the near future, what could that mean overall just for the women's game? What effects could it have?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the game is so popular. I mean, I think our numbers are our TV ratings and things are right now comparable with men, with the NBA, and it's just an exciting time for our sport. And I obviously we'd love to see that happen. I think now with our new TV contract and the emphasis that ESPN has made on women's basketball, I think you're going to continue to see it just take leaps. And a lot of this is due to the talent. I mean, you've got some great players right now, and there's so much. Now you have it where people are going to see a particular player, and that just tells you how far our game has come. I think also, I hate to admit it, the portal has probably caused for parity. And, right now, I think this thing's pretty wide open. I know South Carolina has definitely separated themselves during the regular season. But I do think there's a lot of parity in our game, and I think that makes it exciting for people as well.
Alexa?
Oh, there we go. Alexa Phildu, ESPN. Somewhat related question, but when Tara was up here, she said she thought in some ways that the sport's grown so fast that the sport landscape hasn't even necessarily kept up with every single change. And one of the ways she brought that up was that she was in favor of going back to 4 regional sites and doesn't love the 2-site setup right now. Do you agree with her in any of those respects? Do you see other areas where maybe the growth of the sport has outpaced some of the infrastructure?
Well, I'll be honest. Unfortunately, last year we didn't make it to this one. So this is my first experience with 8 teams in one site. And, so far I like it. We'll see. But like I said, I'm excited to be in Portland. And, I just think I do like the fact that people don't have a home court advantage. We ran into that a couple of years ago, and we were a double overtime loss away from going to the Final Four. So from that standpoint, I've noticed that, Oregon State is in Albany. UConn is in Portland. So I think they've made an effort to, kind of even the playing surface. And so from that standpoint, I like it. So who knows? She's been around a lot longer than I have, probably has a better feel for it. But I'm excited to be in Portland.
Jaden Watson-Fisher, Raleigh News and Observer. Wes, obviously the Wolfpack men's team has really used the "why not us" as a rallying cry for their team, just based on the lack of expectations and kind of how they've performed. For you and this team, do y'all have something similar?
No, I just remind them from time to time that, we have, probably been several times been picked to end our season, and we're still here. So we're still alive. So I'm so just, kind of expounding on that a little bit. I'm so happy for our men and Coach Keats and that program and what they've done. And yeah, I love the saying, "Why not us?" But we can't copy that. So we'll just keep hanging in here. But yeah, I mean, I think both our teams have maybe overachieved from what people on the outside thought, but what people think on the inside is what matters. And our kids they're feeling good right now. They're confident, and they're excited about the next step.
Sean Heiken, AP. With Stanford coming into your conference next year, do you kind of look at this game as almost a preview in a way of like what the regular season is going to be like for you guys next year, like in conference play?
Well, 2 things on that subject. First of all, I thought, oh boy, Cameron Brinks is going to the WNBA. We won't have to play against her. And then the bracket comes out, and we both win a couple of games, and now I get to meet her. So, yeah. But then the other thing is I'm going to try to talk to Tara and them and see, because we're supposed to come out here next year. I'm going to see if this could count as our game out here against Stanford, and we'll just count it double. But no, I think it's exciting to have them coming in, and again, all 3 teams. I grew up in Dallas. I'm excited about SMU. I grew up watching them, and I'm glad that they're in a Power 5 now, and then Cal and Stanford. It's exciting to expand our conference out to the West Coast. I think that's good, and so yeah, I think it's all good. But yeah, right now I'm not really looking at it as a conference game, and so we'll just focus on where we are.
Lindsay and then Todd.
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. Wes, Lindsay Edmonds has emerged as a candidate for Virginia Tech. She's obviously had a lot of success at Rice, took them to the tournament this year. Do you think she's ready to be a Power 5 head coach? And what do you what qualities does she have that will eventually make her a Power 5 coach, whether or not it's at VTech?
Yeah, Lindsay's definitely ready to be a Power 5 coach. She has all the qualities you look for. She's, what amazes me, y'all, she's got 3 daughters. And when she was with us, she had 2 daughters. And I don't know how you do it, but she juggled it. She didn't cut corners on our side. On the professional side, obviously it helps having a great husband to kind of cover things for her as well. But, Lindsay can evaluate. She can recruit. She's great with people. She knows the game, and she works hard. I mean, she's texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning and, said, hey, Ulrich tell me I need to go to bed, and I'm telling him Coach Moore wouldn't go to bed. And, so she's working her tail off, and it's exciting to see how fast she is, the fast track she's on. But, yeah, she's definitely ready whenever the opportunity is there.
Before Todd, we've got a question in the Zoom room. Ethan McDowell, go ahead, please. You want to bring him up? Ethan, go ahead, please.
Hey, Coach. Ethan McDowell from the Wolfpacker. I was honestly surprised to see that Stanford and NC State haven't played since the 90s. Just from afar, what do you admire about their program and what you've seen from Coach Tara over the years?
Admire about Stanford's program?
Yes.
Is that what it was? I'm old, y'all. I have trouble sometimes, but yeah, again, I've been, this is my 35th year as a head coach. So, I've been around a while. I was fortunate to be around Pat Summitt and Kay Yao. And obviously, Tara, I put her kind of in that same group. Obviously, she has kept winning and winning and winning and has passed everybody. But yeah, it's amazing what she's done and the culture and the top program and, not only, the winning, but also just the way they handle and carry themselves is impressive. And, I think it's one of the, UConn, Tennessee, and Stanford are some of the schools that kind of started this path for all of us. And obviously, Connecticut, throw them in there, and now South Carolina's kind of carrying it as well. But yeah, Stanford is, when you think of the top, 2 or 3 programs in the country, they instantly come to mind, and that's because of Tara and the job she's done.
Todd, and then we'll come up front.
Todd Millis, SB Live Sports. I'm sure you know a lot of the great, outstanding true freshmen that are playing in the NCAA tournament. You have one of them in Zoe. Just can you talk to her contributions not only in the tournament, but throughout the season, and maybe some of the things you've sort of thrown at her just to see what she can handle?
You're talking about freshman Zoe? Yeah, Zoe's, just continued to get better and better. It's tough, y'all. To be playing in a high school a year ago and now to be on this stage and playing the elite players in the country that are fixing to go to the WNBA, that's a big jump for an 18-year-old kid, and she's handled it great. Obviously, we knew we were getting somebody special, but, we've really needed her play the point, play off the ball a little bit, to be able to move Saniya Rivers off the ball some. But just from a standpoint, she's played a lot of minutes and played a big role for us. And she's still a freshman. There's still things that, luckily my hair's not gray yet, but, she's probably contributed to that at times. But at the same time, she's been special and she's got a great future ahead of her. And so I think she's handled things extremely well, especially in the ACC and now in this NCAA tournament run, handled it really well.
We're under 2 minutes, so these will be our last 2 questions.
Andrew Sanders, NC State Radio. Coach, Stanford is joining the ACC next season. It's already a deep league. How do you feel like the depth and the strength of the ACC has prepared your team for the postseason?
Yeah, I told our team last night, we have 5 wins against teams that are still playing, that are here in the Sweet 16. So, there's 15 teams other than ourselves and we've got 5 wins against those teams. So I think our non-conference schedule, and then obviously the ACC schedule. Now I think we've got 3 teams left in the Sweet 16 from our conference. I think that's impressive, and no doubt those things. You can convince your players, hey, you've played against the best. You're built for this, and we know we can compete with anybody in the country, and so it's definitely a big factor. That's why we schedule the way we do, and hopefully by playing those kind of games early, now you're not overwhelmed or overly concerned about whoever you might play at this point.
And real quick, last question.
Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. Coach, just thinking about people who have outperformed outside expectations, I think Isaiah James comes to mind, first of all. What do you think has been just the key to her success this year in terms of leading you guys in scoring and just taking some
I think a couple things. First of all, she and Saniya, for that matter, after we had a disappointing ending last year, they got in the gym. And all summer long, they put the work in. I love the saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get. They've put the time in, and I think that also breeds confidence when you've put that time in. And I think confidence is a big factor. Isaiah still has times where maybe she wants to help our team win so badly that if she makes a mistake or whatever, she's pretty hard on herself. I think she's gotten better at that, and that's what you'll try to see grow even the next year or so, because she obviously is one of the elite players in the country, and we wouldn't be where we are without her. And the performance she had just the other day against Tennessee, I thought helped us get off to a great start. But she's capable of making plays on both ends of the floor and doing a lot of things for us. And again, I'm proud of her and happy that she's enjoying the fruits of her labor a little bit.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow. We'll have our NC State student athletes in a couple minutes.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. We'll just ask when questions are asked if you can lean into the microphone.
Yeah.
A little bit so we should
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. There's not a lot of interviews. Oh, hey, Jenny.
Give it just a minute. So we'll
Yep.
start at 12:30.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, thanks to our academic advisor, Jenny Womack,
She a real
getting
one.
us prepared.
Keeping us
Study
on track.
hall. We got study hall like right after the Adidas outlet.
I'll see you there.
Actually, we already have that on tape, so we'll give it just a minute. We're scheduled to start at 12:30, so we got a couple minutes.
Actually, won't see you there because I'm in grad school and I don't do homework.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay. Yeah.
Joining us now from NC State in our practice day press conference, student athletes Madison Hayes and River Baldwin. At this time, we'll open it up for questions. Please raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone to you. Remember to please state your name and affiliation and who you are directing the question to as you ask the question. A reminder that there is no live video to be taken during the press conference. If you want to access the press conference video, you can download it after the fact from the NCAA Media Hub. This time, the floor is open up to questions. Up front.
Ernie Myers, Wolfpack Sports Radio. This question is for River Baldwin. River, your play, how do you assess your play and your development since leaving Florida State and coming to NC State? And did you anticipate having the year you've had so far?
Honestly, I thank Coach Moore just for giving me a new opportunity. I think that I was underestimated coming in to NC State, and just to have the opportunity and his open mind to allowing me to be more than a screen and roll post player, and to even have confidence in me and rely on me to score back to the basket in the post and expand my range to 15 feet has given me confidence, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Over here.
Sean Hyken, AP. This is for either one of you. With Stanford coming into your conference next year, are you kind of looking at this game as almost a preview of, you know, what's to come next year with conference play?
Yeah, when we found out that, Stanford is coming into, our conference is, it's different, obviously. And a couple of other teams are coming from that West Coast. But we're really excited. I mean, expanding the ACC, I feel like it's a good thing for us to see different styles of play too as well. So I think getting this early in the Sweet 16 would be good for us.
Let's go ahead and go to the Zoom room. Ethan McDowell, go ahead.
Hey, Ethan McDowell from the Wolfpacker. Madison River, you're obviously the team's two leading rebounders. What's going to be the key to winning that battle against Stanford's tall front court?
I think the key is just the physicality. Just making sure that we're locked in every box out. The post players are going to have their work cut out, so just making sure those guards come in and clean that up.
Oh, I agree. Just making sure that, on the defensive end, we're having all 5 people go, and then just making sure on the offensive end, we're getting as much boards as possible to get easy points.
Up front.
Ernie Myers, Wolfpack Sports Radio. This question is from Madison Hayes. Talk about your leadership in regards to this team, and after last year and what happened and that season. Talk about your development and your leadership of this ball club.
I think that coming into this year, especially after last year's devastation of not making it after the first round in Utah, I think we just had all of us, that seniors and veterans, came together and really know that we really want this bad as we want it, and let the freshmen know that we want it too. And they were all on the same page, and then I feel like our chemistry has gotten really better. So just making sure, keeping us all together. And it's not just a one-man effort. All of us veterans are pretty much leaders in their own way. So I feel like that's how we, lead our team. So.
NC State didn't make it this far last year. And I'll ask both of you to answer this, and start with you, Madison.
Okay.
What does it mean to get NC State back to a Sweet 16 level and have a chance to play another storied program like Stanford?
It's exciting, being, my sophomore year when I first got here, I was a part of the Sweet 16 Elite 8 team. Just being able to watch and really learn from the veterans that year, it was astounding to watch. It was extraordinary to just see how far we could go. But just really being a part of it, really impacting the Sweet 16, I feel like, as long as we play how we've been playing, we can really go as far as we want to go.
Yeah, I think it's even bigger in my mind. I've made it to the NCAA tournament every year that I've been in college, but I've never made it past the first round. So when we made it to the round of 32, I was like, even this is just a new experience for me. So to be such a big part of a team that can accomplish so much, this has been such a great opportunity and just a new experience for me. And I'm a 5th year, so that's crazy.
We'll go back to the Zoom room. Ethan McDowell, go ahead.
And River, I was wondering, we all saw the video of you and Mimi with the big hug after the Tennessee game ended. It's kind of going off of what you just said, but how much does it mean to you in your last run with NC State to extend that run and get the program back to this stage?
Yeah, it means a lot just to be a part of a program that has such a great legacy and reputation. So just to be a part of that is an honor. And I mean, in that video, I was clearly emotional. I feel emotional right now. It's just like to have the opportunity to play part of the NCAA tournament in front of your home crowd that's so supportive and shows love day in and day out every time that we're in Reynolds was just amazing, and I got emotional having to leave that place and those people, but I know they're supporting us from afar.
Any other questions for our student athletes? We'll go back to the Zoom room. Ethan McDowell, go ahead.
Hey, sorry, one more. But just for either player, just what has stood out about Stanford when looking at the scouting report?
Can he repeat the question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, what has stood out about Stanford when looking at the scouting report?
I feel like, just with the scouting report, just that we have the box out and rebound. I mean, they got two really great posts, Kiki and Cameron Brink. They're really amazing at the post. So I feel like, our matchups for our bigs, it will be good for them. But also I feel like they can match up with them perfectly. I feel like they'll be fine. They just got to do their job. And then us guards got to help as well, get to shooters. Number 33 jumper, she can really shoot the ball. So we just got to make sure we get to our shooters quickly, but also be able to help our post down low.
Yeah, as she said, very post-heavy scoring, averaging 18 and 19 points a game. So really just the key is to make anybody else score. Try to shut down that post play. They're combining for about 40 points a game. So if we shut that down, make somebody else score, hopefully it'll benefit us.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, Madison River, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Our next press conference will be Gonzaga at 1:20.